They've got people pushing down there, so yeah, I give Kira a bardic inspiration,
Okay.
and then I go to town the one up north. Chew.
Oof! That crit. Actually, funnily enough, the first attack did more damage.
The first one was also technically advantage, which means I also get an extra 3 damage on top of that.
Indeed. You strike with impunity, Farron, and the creature appears to be quite injured by that assault.
Fucking sick reference, by the way.
You're welcome. Farron, is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's it for me.
Alright. Hannibal.
Yo, I think you know what I'm gonna be spitting.
If you
A
don't
lot
know,
of my-
now you know.
On this. Look, this guy up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna get a taste of my Eldritch Blast. Shaklow
That is a hit.
and stabam.
Alright, and with your strikes, you shatter the skull. It is blown backwards and falls into the water.
Papa.
To be no more. Are you going to move?
Fuck yeah. Let's start advancing on these skulls.
Alright. It's a lot different when you guys have so many more levels, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it actually makes us feel like we don't die in one hit,
Mm-hmm.
and that we can kill things very easily.
There's a reason for me bringing back these enemies. Not because it's just good flavor. Morella, it is your turn.
I
These
mean,
guys
it's
don't taste
totally
good.
a demoralizing factor to the players, right?
Yeah. But also to prove how much stronger you've become.
Sure, you could think that.
Yeah. Gonna pew pew these kids advancing up in the meantime as well. So I'll just move and then pew pew. So like there. Yeah, we'll just say there. And then pew pew away at the closest one.
Alright.
So and there you go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Both of those strike. 17 total damage. And this front one takes a couple of hefty arrows to its form. Is there anything else? Oh, roll the bless damage.
Bless is just to attack.
Oh, it's just a hit. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
then.
Yeah. And had you say one of them, I would have just rolled for it to see if it would. So that ends my turn.
All right, Daniela.
Pew pewing away.
I think Daniela is just going to dash to the part of the wall between everyone, the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the door.
Farseer, Obek.
Don't even.
I mean, not much to do here except not be in the front lines. So yeah. And then I'm gonna shoot at the top skull up here.
All right, fire away.
Give me a fire.
Ah, these burning skulls.
A wonderful strike, even.
Awesome. It did
Alright.
his max damage.
It did indeed. Kieran
God, I
Malia.
love you, Farseer. Love you so much.
Yeah, Kira and Malia, I guess, are going to wade into combat, so... Or would if they could make it that far. But they can at least try to form some form of bulwark.
If they wanted to,
And-
they could throw their spears.
Yeah, they don't have a whole quiver full of spears. They're
don't.
going to hang on to those for stabbing
They
purposes.
do not have a quiver full of spears.
So
I do.
continuing to dodge, they're a very nimble wall.
They are indeed. Aelin, it is your turn.
I think let's go stay put and keep up her bless. But should they come closer, she might have some other plans.
Jericho. Now, there's two things here, Jericho, that you may or may not be concerned with.
Well,
You
one
know,
is the-
from where your portal is, because again, you know this area pretty well. From where your portal is, you know that to the left is the path up, and to the north is towards an area where some like resistance members collate at times. You did see skulls coming from
Right.
both directions.
Yes, I did. And, sorry, which way did the one that I was watching go?
It got killed. It flew down in this direction.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it flew down in this direction and then just got lit up by the two other members of the party.
Beautiful. Then he is going to go check on his resistance buddies.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
said
and you know
this
it's to the north and then around the bend to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, around in
cool.
this direction basically. There's a big like open area like in this area that you know of.
Yeah. So he's just going to keep on heading that way.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Mel. What's Mel gonna do?
Oh, yes. Yes.
It's gonna take some getting used to, I understand.
No.
It's only gonna be for like combat scenarios and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, she can do that. She'll take a step forward,
Mm-hmm.
give it a natural shot.
Alright. A 19 at the front one?
Yeah.
Alright. Dealing 8 damage. Yeah, this one appears to be the equivalent of bloodied in our minds at this point.
Yeah.
But now it is their turn. And as I did not appreciate before, they actually get 2 attacks with their fire ray. And the two in front, Kira and Malia, they are obviously going to take the brunt of the attacks. I think one's going to attack one and the other one's going to attack another one. So the first one at Malia, who's on the top.
I'm really surprised they aren't going for a fireball.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Stop giving him ideas.
Well.
Ow.
So obviously that first strike hits
Yes.
for a hefty
Positive?
22 damage.
They're dodging. They
Um,
have disadvantage.
Oh, right. So it's not the crit. You just take the 16.
Yeah.
Which one was that against? Was that?
That was against right here.
Kira.
Yeah.
Oh, Kira. She could actually use Bardic Inspiration to increase her AC.
She could.
Oh, that's true. Fantastic.
Yeah. So do you want to do that? So what does that look like, Farron? When she uses the inspiration you gave her to dodge that attack?
Yeah, it's. I essentially shout, "Look out!" and she suddenly notices it's coming straight towards her face, and she manages to
Indeed.
keep her head out of the way. Just in
And
time.
and anything but a 1 needed to be rolled, and that was certainly done. So, using up
Nice.
the bardic, she is able to duck out of the way just in time to avoid that very nasty hit. Now at the bottom, Malia, 2 fire rays with disadvantage, of course. Ooh, thank God for disadvantage. Yeah, both dodge again. Again, they're wily and not easily deterred. This is what they're built for. The Spear Maidens protect each other. Farron. Oh, I should mention... Sorry, hold on. I need to move these guys. They don't like being there. Okay. Still visible to some people, but a little bit further away now.
So the situation down there is currently under control, but then I look back up north and I just go, ah shit, where's he gone?
Remember, he was invisible the whole time.
Oh, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the first thing that he did.
Yeah, so you have no idea, actually.
He gave you a quick encyclopedia entry on flame skulls and then vanished.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Could I make a perception check to see if I could hear the pitter patter?
Sure, at disadvantage. Versus a very high DC, I think.
Relief.
There's ever a time to crit?
I mean,
It's not a crit.
13 is not going to detect where he went. Like, I might have given you the, like, maybe you saw the tiny splash of water as he was running that way, but yeah, not with a 13.
Yeah. Alright, then I do actually have a shot. So move up a bit. Fire.
I believe a 12 is not enough. That, however, is certainly enough. And it is even enough to crush the being, causing it to... its flame to lose brightness and smatter out.
Okay, now then. I don't know how, but I can see it. Can I hit it?
Yeah, so the reason why you can see it is because these are not representative of where the actual walls are. It's kind of like overhangs and stalactites, stalagmites, that kind of stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna fucking smack it.
Alright. It awaits your smacking.
You're gonna get a taste of that bitch slap. Here's another taste of that bitch slap.
That is also a hefty strike. The creature is not downed, but he is certainly injured heavily.
I'm also choosing not to push it away.
Good idea. Are you going to move, Hannibal?
You know what? I'm going to advance some more.
Sure.
Shh. Should rhyme. Out of my way, Malia.
It's Malia, she says in a husky voice. Morella, it is your turn.
yeah. Definitely gonna move up and see if I can pew pew. I'm gonna pew pew if I can, which is from here. Yeah. Pew pewing away.
You want that pew pew.
Holy shit.
Damn! Yeah, you don't even need the second strike. The first strike is easily enough to cause the creature to fall apart and lose its light. And it
Fucking
is
Marilla and Farron
no
dropping
more.
the fucking hate with the bows.
And it is no more. And
Oh,
we are
yeah.
now out of combat.
We are now in double initiative.
We have
So-
to go deeper.
Jericho, are you going to continue your path north?
Yeah, he wants to see what the state of things is up there.
Yeah, totally. So go ahead and keep moving. Move at your own pace, guys. You guys know how it works.
I think Morello probably just, looks around to see where everyone's at, and then she's like, "Where did Jericho go?"
He up and vanished in a puff of smoke.
I'd like to examine these remains.
All right. What do you want to examine about them?
These are creatures
All right.
of... the
Everybody go ahead and
undead
stop
world.
right there.
Okay.
Ignore what I just did there.
Move the entire map.
Yeah, I accidentally moved the entire map. So,
Earthquake!
Jericho, it's a good thing that you are invisible, because you see
Uh-huh.
there are some creatures hanging out here.
Oh, they're probably not that much of a threat, but that can't be good.
Indeed. Indeed, it does not seem like that is a good thing.
Well, may as well get a full head count.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you still
He
have a few more seconds of invisibility.
Yeah, so he will continue to creep forward and see, okay, and those are...
So, these appear to have some flesh still on them.
They don't look like typical ghouls, though.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. Them just kind of meandering around might mean anything. Although, you do notice, and this is probably different from the ghouls you've seen and encountered, they do appear clothed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one is reminding me of cartoon He-Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do appear to like have like clothing on them that's not in rags or completely dismantled.
Well, I suppose that's it for this particular resistance cell.
Indeed, it might be.
He will then just speed back to the rest of the group to let them know about this particular disaster.
Mm-hmm. So, Hannibal, what do you want to inspect about the crushed, like, dust forms of the skulls? They appear to look just like normal skulls that have been, like, one of them's probably got an arrow through the eye socket and, like, punctured the back of the bone of the back of the head.
Would I know what these things are?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana?
Yeah.
Arcana. Arcana?
Not really.
Arcana.
You probably don't know what these are.
I toss it, and then I carefully begin to creep forward, because nobody has told me anything yet.
What are the rest of you doing while this is going on? And for ease sake, I'm going to collect all of my NPCs and be able to move them around. Although, for you, Brian, you can have control over Obek.
Also, I'm stealthing.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
I'm using my Tides of Chaos.
Sure.
Chaotically stealthing.
Didn't need it.
Did need it.
Good 12. So Jericho, I assume you return back here?
Yeah.
Boop. And probably a slightly less invisible.
A little, yeah. I mean, if it's going to wear off after... Oh no, I guess it lasts, 10 minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or until you cancel.
Yeah, so he will drop it once he's back in the... Well, actually, he might not.
Okay.
See first, I think, if he'll just show up and be like, right, sorry I had to step away for a moment. There's, not more of these, but it appears that one of the civilian resistance groups has been found and converted into undead, probably quite recently.
Yeah.
Aelin does the motion of prayer across her chest.
Yeah, and as you say that, Jericho, Morello just kind of looks around and then just like, well, Aelin, Daniela, shall we deal with this?
Just to make a point, not that I would necessarily disagree, because after all, they are hideous undead in my town, but we're not here to fight the entire army bit by bit. Any engagements that we do enter into run the risk of revealing our presence.
That is true, and it seems as though the other way seems to be clear. At least for part ways.
Well, it's the decision of either covering our tracks and making sure nothing comes up behind us, or we just continue.
My vote is for continue. We don't want to be in here for too long. Every second matters.
Hey, Jericho. Does our plan change at all now that we have an entire civilian resistance that cannot aid?
It's one cell, good and decent people who deserved better than this, but hardly enough to turn the tide. We should probably keep moving then.
Yeah, I think Daniela says Jericho is there a possibility of any survivors? Surely not all have been converted in such a short period of time.
Fair point. I didn't see anything that hinted at it. I saw skeletons and something like, well, not ghouls exactly, but things that still had flesh and clothing. I can only assume recently converted.
We can't leave those poor souls in that condition. I'm just sorry, I won't do it.
If they're just wakened, it would be best to take them out.
I'm not gonna complain, just as long as we all understand the risks.
Yeah, and I think that Kira and Malia probably say something like, and they finish each other's sentences because they're shared souls. They say, if they are recent, then perhaps we can find who did it. Surely that would be someone of higher rank. Are we not here to take out leaders?
Aye.
We're here for sabotage.
Taking out leaders is a form of it.
I suppose it couldn't hurt to at least learn anything more that we can about what capability they have, both for creating these things and for how quickly they gain power. So, let's go quickly.
Fuck it.
Indeed.
Let's go.
Oh, right.
I got the NPCs. I'm just going to move them all together.
Yeah, it's just Jericho's realizing that he can't lead effectively while invisible.
Correct.
Oh, fine. He'll drop the veil.
Okay.
No.
Right. Next time I'll think of something.
Where are they?
Yeah, so you know there's two paths, like both of these paths lead over there, Jericho? You would know that.
Okay, I'm dragging my way around the map again. God, that's a lot of darkness. Yeah, so he would point out to them as they go. That way's up to the surface. Hopefully we'll be heading there shortly, but once we've cleared this out.
Also, some of you probably can like barely see, but I assume you want to not have lights out if we're trying
Yeah.
to sneak up on things.
Just
I've been hugging the roll.
I'll lead Morella.
we just do that the military thing where everyone has their hand on the back of the person in front of them.
Yep, totally.
Buddy system.
Don't tell me who to be.
So
buddies
right
with.
about there is where you can start to see them.
Yes.
And so probably everybody stop right here.
Makes the gesture for people to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Steps out of line of sight.
Yeah, and everybody roll me a perception check. Just for you guys. Don't roll for all the NPCs and crap like that. I don't care about them. They don't matter. Except for you, Kree.
Alright, let's see.
Oh
Wow.
wow, Jericho. Well, you just crit it. It's fine, I guess.
Jesus.
Just have
Um,
to one up me.
So
Don't-
yeah, exactly. Everybody over a 20 can get this though. You hear a voice that sounds. I'm gonna say normal, but you know what I mean when I say that. Like, it's speaking in a normal tone and gestures and innotations. And then you hear kind of the muffled. It's like a muffled screaming almost, like a muffled like shouting and screaming. It's like woo 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 woo, right? And you hear this voice, this kind of deeper, perhaps a little bit raspy. It goes, now quiet down. It'll be over soon. I promise. It will not even hurt a bit. It is eternal life I am giving you. Calm.
Didn't hear any of that when I was here before.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show everybody an image of what's going on. Let me just find. So let me. I think if I give just everybody permissions for this. Oh wait, no, I'm just gonna give everybody permissions for this character. Okay, cool. Controlled by all players. All right, and then let's give it has sight. All right, so everybody should be able to see this scene now.
Okay.
There is this. He doesn't. I don't know why he has a stealthy on his head. That's not supposed to be the thing. You can see there is this woman that's like bound and gagged. And she's kneeling in front of this like fire pit, which you can see is not giving off like normal yellowish light. It's giving off this like slightly greenish light, similar to like the Flame Skull's color. And we see this this guy standing over her and kind of like has his hand on her head, and she's trying to like squirm out of the way, but he's holding it stiffly there, and we can see like coming out from his fingers is this lacing kind of like purplish darkness smoke that is like enveloping her body, and you see her skin begins to like drain away of all of its fluids and begins to desiccate, and the whole time he's just like shh, 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 it's okay, it'll be fine. And when he finishes, we see standing another form very similar to the one we saw before.
I guess that happened too quickly for any of us to intervene.
I mean, yeah, you could rush in there right now, but it's kind of like in the moment happening, so it would happen before you guys rush in there anyway. And yeah, so you were able to see he converts this woman, and then I think that is a perfect place to end, and we will see what the party does with that next week.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
we are gonna fuck them up.
By the way, to
Murder
answer
and
your
murder,
question,
yeah.
Brian,
Mhm.
yes, I am looking forward to the Netflix Castlevania series.
Oh. I was too focused on D&D. Right, I linked that. Correct.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
So, next week we will see what happens to our party in the tunnels.
That's for us.
Come
Inspiration.
on, Obek, you can do it.
I will say this: Obek is available for inspiration if you guys want to give Obek inspiration, or Kree for anything else that he did earlier.
I think it's fair to nominate Farron on various points.
That was my
Yeah,
vote, 100%.
Yeah.
You did something that I wouldn't have done.
Okay, congratulations, Farron. You receive inspiration.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give one of mine to Aelin for her
Yeah.
maneuvering of Cahill
Yep.
in such a way that it did not spiral into a issue larger than the two of them, because it certainly could have. Had that gone poorly, Morella, your quote-unquote deal could have gone south for even like bringing it up, but it went well, and so that'll be something that only Aelin has to deal with, I'm sure.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to give my other one to who am I going to give it to? I think I would have given it to Farron, but he feels he obviously already got it. I think that I'm going to go with Jericho, because it's a delightful return to the character, and I'm excited, and it's cool to see the changes, because I think there are already some obvious changes, and so I'm excited to see where that goes. So I think you can have inspiration.
Thank you.
Jericho.
No.
Fantastic. And that's it. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for showing up today. It was a lot of fun.
Don't tell me what's going
Indeed.
on.
See, Farron, this is what happens when you show up to sessions.
I'm not sure I want to show up again after.
Why do you do these things to him? Like, I'm curious
the
both
cringe.
why she was crying and why she thought that was a good response.
Now stop. There was
Hammer time.
discrimination there. Did
Oh,
you
sorry.
see that?
See, I was gonna go with collaborate and listen, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Collaborate
See.
and listen.
God, that was so
So-
fucked up.
Invention.
See,
So-
this is. See, I like doing that though. I like.
Why? are
making
you-
people feel incredibly awkward. Because
I mean,
congratulations.
we all already knew that about Dalton anyway. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yep.
Just-
True
just
enough.
The perfectionism of creating incredibly awkward scenarios. But that's okay because it does bring out interesting scenarios that can occur.
I feel it brings out somewhat realistic ones, even if it is awkward.
Yeah.
Still don't understand the motivations.
I know, right? It's great. That's the whole point.
Simply to fuck with things is a good enough motivation.
It seems
to
like
find
you're
out.
losing your. It seems like you're losing your fucking mind.
Not at all. No.
I mean, I'm starting to lose my mind.
It's great.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Anyway, I'm going to do outro. If you guys are not here in a few minutes, toodaloo.
Yep.
Bye, stream.
Cool.
If you are,
Bye,
we'll talk to you in a
guys.
second.
Later, folks.
Bye.
By the way, did anybody?
All right, guys. Thank you all for showing up. I'm glad you all could be here. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time. Next week is going to be super awesome because we're going to see how the party deals with this new... We have a new dynamic, right? We don't have Kriya knocked, and we have a lot of little NPCs, and we have Jericho's back. So it'll be interesting to see how they all operate together in their first kind of foray into battle. That's all I've got, though. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful time. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Appreciate that. Stay tuned, and you might see another episode. That's all I got. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. It's been a pleasure from all of us to you. I'm going to get back to my roots. May your D20s always roll high, unless you need a low number. And may your saving throws always succeed. And as always, try not to die. See you guys.